So now we got to try this again because I don't know what's going on today, but it's just poor fucking timing. No, it's not okay. It's just it's nothing I can do about it actually. So poor fucking timing. So we're gonna try this again, for real, and we're gonna try to work on our posing. So let's see what we can do. As you can see, I have a lightning collection. I have a GI Joe. I don't know why I lost the words, and I have a Mezco as well as Gumby and another lightning collection. I'm a little upset. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little upset because I'm like, it's really difficult to maintain a certain level of positivity as things happen in real time. So yeah, I'm actually gonna save this one. I deleted the first one because I had to keep answering phone calls, and I didn't want to keep you guys away. So that was the problem. But I'm a little frustrated because you have to understand, if you're going to call someone with an emergency and then not know what is going on, and then just kind of blab on the phone, you're only going to make me more upset. And that's what's frustrating about it. Because it's like, if you don't have any details, why are you calling me yet? Because now I'm paranoid and I don't know what's going on, and you don't have any details. So no, I have a family emergency. But the problem is, even I don't know what the emergency is, and that's why it's frustrating. So I'm going to do my best while on live to be live. So yeah. No, it is the worst. I mean, it's one of those things where it's frustrating because it's one thing to call me as it's happening and update me as it's happening, but you're not even updating me as it's happening. You kind of just blabbering on, which is it's frustrating. That's a very frustrating thing to deal with. So again, we're gonna talk toys and not talk about personal stuff because we're not here to do that today. So yeah, we have these figures here. We're gonna pose up. We're gonna try to do stuff. Um, Before I was very so rudely interrupted, I wanted. What rating would I give Hellboy? I reviewed Hellboy. I talk about Hellboy all the time. I put him in reviews. It's it's weird because it's like, if you don't watch my videos, um, you still got Sith Trooper. I got it thanks to your vid. It's a great tool. No, I sold all my troopers. I don't have any more troopers. But I was saying, shit, I done lost my whole thought. Oh yeah, we're going to try to pose things up, and before things are going to happen, um, I wanted to try to ask you guys, what do you want to see posing wise? So, yeah. Any character I want to see in like collection, I'm pretty sure they're gonna do them all, so I'm not even too stressed about it. Um, nah, I'm pretty sure I can't convince you to buy everything. That's not true. Not everything. Like, I still can't make certain things look cool. I'm pretty sure of it. Fighting poses. Okay, these are some fighting poses, but what do you mean? Like fighting other people, fighting groups of stuff, you know? So yeah. Scorpion, I did beating up people already. That's all covered in the review. Running away from danger pose. Okay, that's an easier one. That's easier. The group fighting stuff, I will cover in a bit. That actually takes a bit. So let's actually move you to the back. And running from danger, let's cover that. So yeah. And then fighting other people. All right. So if you're running, you have to do real run poses, because I'm going to tell you why. I know you guys want to balance, and that takes work, especially when you have to do it like this. This is a basic run pose. I'm going to try to balance this out right here on with you guys. So yeah, that is a basic run pose. You're moving forward. Oh, I shouldn't have took the table. But yeah. So you have one leg back, one arm forward. You kind of balance out what it is. You want to make sure your head is looking forward, and you balance it out. Now, with this, the reason why it gets tricky is because obviously, it could fall. But this is a quick question, right? Now, with this, I have his leg all weirded out. But with this, the reason why you want it this way, if you have your right arm forward, your left leg should be forward. And the reason why they have to alternate is because I'm going to tell you why. If you make a character run like this, you see how crazy this looks from the side? That's why you have to do it in a way that it looks better. Because if you run with your left leg and your left arm out, this is how you look running. That's crazy. You know what I mean? You can't, this doesn't look natural. And it doesn't look good posing either. It actually does not balance out. You can balance out a lot easier with this, but it just doesn't look good posing wise. So yeah. Now, in terms of fighting, this is where it gets really cool, because now you, depending on whether or not you want a sword fight or you want to do hand-to-hand combat, depending on your fighting style and the fighting style that you know, depending on what you can do. So here's a great example. A Bari killer fights with his blade, but he usually fights with it in a way where he can defend as well. So let's say we position him up to fight with the blade out. Let's say he's defending. We'll put him in a pose where he's defending against someone, right? And we'll do this guy. So this is my eyeball dude I made. Let's say my eyeball dude is fighting against him. If the swords are clashed, it's easier when they're opposite of each other to make them look good, like this. Oop. So this works out a lot easier. As you can see, when the swords clash, it looks a lot better. As you can see here. All they have to do is alternate each other. You can fix the arms and leg stuff later, but when the swords meet, everything else will look pretty much natural for your characters. Oop. Now, if you're doing hand-to-hand combat, that's a little different. Now, in hand-to-hand combat, I'm going to use Wonder Woman, and I'm going to use Cheetah, and I'm going to replicate a pose I did for the review. All right. I can't look at the comments at the same time, so y'all will have to excuse me. So for hand-to-hand combat, let's say you wanted to fight elusively or for whatever reason. I'm not going to change the hands on Wonder Woman real quick, but I'm going to show you something that you can do to like lock an arm or make it look cool. So we're going to cross Wonder Woman's arms. We're going to turn her. And this is something I did, something similar in the review, actually on this very same dial. If Cheetah is actually reaching out for a claw attack, I'm going to read these comments in a second. I just want to make sure I get through this with you guys. So Cheetah is looking for a claw attack. To lock that arm in defense, shoulder down, elbow down on the joint where the arms meet. And I would have another hand under to lock that. But as you can see there, you can lock it in to stop that. These are some techniques you can use in hand-to-hand combat. I totally suggest you study some combat stuff so that way it can help you. So usually it's a little easier when you study, but if you don't study it, it gets a little harder. But these are some of the techniques that I use when doing this stuff. There we go. Got some lighting on the face. You lock it into the joint, you meet up. But let's say you didn't even want to do that. You just want to do real hand-to-hand combat. So boxing poses, very simple. Arms up, legs forward, head straight. Protect your face. See? References to light I covered in another video, but I can cover a little bit of it here. Now with lighting, right now I only have one light on. And that's because it's a little different for me. When I'm recording on my phone, lighting really messes with me. But as you can see here, when you have two light sources in the middle, you bring a lot more light to the table. With no lights, see how dark it is? There's just only two lights in the back. So now you see actual background light. So this is how you actually set a silhouette. You have just background lights and you shoot from the back to the front. So for a silhouette, that I'm just going to leave her up here. If I wanted to take this silhouette, obviously there's no light around. This is how you shoot a silhouette. See? So the lights in the background would be that. But if you want foreground lights, you see, well, you can see these two lights here, right? So as you can see, as these lights position, the lighting on Cheetah changes. So wherever these lights are will give you different sets of moods and lights. So they are very, very different. Thank you, Jonathan. What do I think of Kamen Rider Agito? I like Agito. Are methods easier with certain types of figures? I think methods, it doesn't matter with the figure. I think it matters how the figure is painted. I'll give you a great example, right? Lighting doesn't really matter on this guy because it all depends on what you can actually see through on him, right? There's no point on how this guy's going to be lit because it's all about how the light passes through him. So you have your background lights, but then watch this. See how he lights up with light passing through him? So certain things depend on how the actual thing is painted. So it's not the same thing. This actually looks fantastic, and I really wanted to like review this, but I have been so busy with things. That's why I haven't even gone live like that. It's literally always something happening. So you see how this guy lights up completely different. But now watch this, right? It's actually not the same thing. You move the lights away, completely different thing. Lighting can definitely change how you pretty much do everything. So it all depends on what you want to do. Like he has see-through lighting, the piping, and then you have something like this Deathstroke, this custom here. This guy is all black, right? So because he's all black and he only has a tint of orange, what I recommend is you do totally different colors. So what I do is for my mood, I would probably change it to a purple. I turn off this light on my right. I set the light a little lower outside of him. And now look at the mood on him. It's completely changed. All because I changed the color and how I went about the lighting. See what I'm saying? So these are the kind of things that, like, lighting affects how you take a photo. Like, if you take a photo with light surrounding you completely, it'll look completely different from a mood setting like this. Now I'm going to take my camera out real fast, and I'm going to snap a shot of it like this, and I'm going to snap a shot of it with color, and we'll see how we feel. All right, so now I'm going to cut all the lights on, right? All right. So here's a great example. This is with better light, and this is with mood lighting. See how it just pretty much changes? So yeah, it's different. I'm not excited for the Lord of the Rings figures at all. Because it's Diamond Select, and I just don't know what to expect from that because it's not really a line that I collect. Hey, what's up, Doodlehead? Am I looking to get SHF Saber, and how many rider will come with a weapon and come with another rider? They didn't announce anything on Saber yet, so I don't know what's happening with that. No, honestly, I don't know. I really don't kind of... What's one figure I can't live without? As much as I love collecting, I could live without figures. This Deathstroke is made by Token Customs on Instagram. It actually comes with a lot of stuff, but I didn't open up everything yet. So, actually, let's put them in the background. Do I have any Resident Evil figures? I do not. I actually don't have any. What else can we play with? Oh, so we have this. So we have this ninja, which I was having some fun with because I had my head on it, and I don't know where my head went. And then you can have stuff like this, because I'm a ninja today. I'm not a special ops agent. I'm a ninja for the day. Was it fun playing with Synthetic Human? Yeah. Hey, no problem, Elm Street. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Is my snake-ass diaphragm joint loose? No, not on my special edition one. My regular one seems fine as well. Have I seen the arcade one-up machines yet? I have not. Have you seen the Gotham Knights gameplay trailer? No, I don't watch gameplay trailers. What else? What other questions can I answer? Yeah, man, I love Kamen Rider. Let's get a quick Deathstroke custom review live. If I could find the other parts, I would. But problem is I don't know what I did with them because I'm kind of a hot mess right now, to be honest. If If I could find it, I'll review it live. But I just don't know what the stuff is. So instead, I'll just talk about what's in front of me, which is him, but some other stuff too. So we'll get to that. What's my favorite Figma that I own? Guts from Berserk. My Guts from Berserk and the Berserker armor is probably my favorite. Hey, I'm glad you enjoy, man, for real. So this Deathstroke, because I can't find the other parts right now, and I'm definitely not going to look because I don't want to be away from the live too long. I will take away what's in front of me because he actually comes with a little bit more. But this Deathstroke was done by Token Customs over on Instagram, and I actually had a lot of fun. With this, I don't know what custom parts he uses, but I like this big bulkiness that he had with it. It's actually a decently big figure. As you can see here, even next to a Mezco, it is pretty big. They still has bicep swivel. He has double joints. The arms lift up. There's no butterfly joints, but it does rotate pretty well. He made sure the shoulder pads are pretty much on the top part here. The hood is actually a really nice touch too. And the sword is actually removable out the back. So there's a removable sword. He also gave him a staff. And he gave him, and I believe this is an M14 with a grenade launcher. I'm trying to learn my guns. And the handgun slot for the sidearm is removable. So he actually gave it a lot of nice stuff. I'm really trying to figure out what he made this custom with because I don't recognize this upper torso. It is completely out my realm of what I know it is. But overall, I really like it. It definitely, let me see if it has waist swivel. Ooh, it does. And this actually moves too. He made it so that way this way is on a removable ball joint like a Revoltech. So there's definitely some nice touches to this. I'm probably going to use this in a few photos. I just don't know which one yet. So yeah. This is really nice. I only got it in about a couple days ago, but this is really, really nice. I'm really hoping I can make it look good because right now I don't have any real ideas for it. So let's back this up. Let me see if I can read some of these comments very quickly. I want Marvel Legend Daredevil to have butterfly joints. Don't we all? Boomer Logan and Boomer Hawkeye. Yeah, I picked it up. I finally realized what the hell you were talking about. Thank you, Epic Level Purple. Sorry, thank you. Best figure of 2020 so far. I get a lot of figures, dude. And it's September now. I don't even know. Yeah. What else is the? Nope, didn't want to do that. How did I do that? I'm trying to look at these comments, and this whole thing came up. This new menu came up. I don't know what that was. Am I getting Gim Zombie Gamer? I already have Zombie Gamer. Did you mean the Gamer Driver version? Because I already reviewed Gamer Zombie. Do I watch martial arts movies? You pose naturally and position them accordingly to the camera. It's the line of sight for a fight choreographer. That's because I have friends who are fight choreographers. And I actually just like to have an eye for that kind of stuff. So in reality, I guess I'm seeing from their point of view, but I really do like that stuff. So I take a huge liking to it. I'm the type of guy that like buys a DVD so I can see the behind the scenes stuff for that. So yeah. Can I do cool shooting poses? That's something that I'm learning actually from my friend Jake because I'm actually not very good at that. I am learning gun posing. So I'm taking the time to learn that. Can I show a zombie pose with SHF Kamen Rider? Do you mean with Zombie Gamer? Because right now I don't have it out, so I can't do that. The Gamer Driver version I will be getting. Am I going to get Storm Motaro? Yes. Paul, what's up? Not much is happening. I'm on the live, doing my best to, be here. Do I think Dino Thunder White could have been a Lightning Collection figure of the year if it came with the right paint? No, because here's the thing. I love the Lightning Collection stuff, but I also know that just like every other Hasbro thing, it is a repaint on the same body. Like, let's be real. Like, if you're going to say Dino Thunder White is the figure of the year, then pretty much every other Lightning Collection is going to be figure of the year because it's pretty much the same, if not a similar body. So, like, I keep it a little realistic in that case. It's not like he came with anything special either, so that's the other thing. But he looks fantastic. I do love him, but I keep it a little bit more realistic. It probably is Hercules and New Punisher. To be honest, I don't know what it is. Am I hyped for any new Mythic Legions? I would very much like the 8th year wave, but it's been pushed back, so I'm trying not to get my hopes up too high. Yes, they are sending out replacement heads. I'm gonna put that in my review because I actually reviewed this before I got my head stuff painted, and I also talk about the miscommunication. And I even put a disclaimer now. Like I had to add that in later. I put a disclaimer in where I talk about them using the consumer care to replace it. I took Kempo and Judo for 7 years, and that was before I took 1 year of Jiu-Jitsu. It doesn't matter what the brand is because I can do the same thing with a Lightning collection that I can do with an import. You know, so it's not really about whether or not what's better to pose. You know, it's really about if you are really good at anatomy and making the best of a figure. That's my philosophy, because I tell people all the time, like, certain stuff is just gonna look better because the joint flow system is a little different. But in reality, anybody can make anything look good as long as you actually know what the hell you're doing. Here's a great example, right? This is a really old SHF Kamen Rider Duke Lemon Energy. And because it's an older figure, it's a little bit more fragile. And I've also worn out the joints. But I can make it look just as good as Dino Charge Thunder White. Look. Can I show a rider kick? Yeah, I can show a rider kick. Give it a second. So yeah, we gotta fight, baby. We gotta fight. Definitely gonna fight. I will not be collecting the Mega Apocalypse line. I'm just not up for those. Not for me. Although I do love Battletoads. I don't think their Battletoads are gonna be for me. They don't look articulated enough. What do you think about the Mafex Darth Vader? I liked it, but it's, they end up doing like 17 Darth Vaders, like fig arts and Mafex, and I was like, I got tired of it. I got tired of doing all that. Nice, but certain figures have better posability than others. Yes, that's that. Yeah, that goes without a doubt. But that's any figure. That's like comparing a Black Series to a SH Fig Arts. It's not the same thing because Black Series are aiming for a certain dynamic at a price point, and the same thing for SHF. People have their technology that they're using on different lines. But again, it's really gonna be what you depend on. If you buy Black Series your whole life, and then you suddenly buy a Star Wars SHF, you're probably gonna be blown away by the articulation, but mad that you don't get something else. Everything comes and goes. There's pros and cons to everything. Will I be getting the SHF 89 Batman? I canceled all my pre-orders, so I don't know what's coming in for me next. I don't know. There's a bunch of questions. Would like to see other ninjas redone in the new SDCC Scorpion mode, and do I think they'll likely see that? I don't know. I don't know what Storm is doing right now. With COVID, I've been out of touch with a lot of my friends at companies because I'm definitely trying to focus more on my own personal life stuff right now because I don't work anymore. So I'm trying to find a new job and stuff like that. So that's why I've been taking it a little bit easier with stuff. It's not been one of those things that has been very easy on me. It's been a very difficult year. But I'll ask and see how they feel about it. Am I interested in a new upcoming Marvel Select Hulk? I don't really collect Marvel Select like that. How do I manage to not get bored fast of your figures? I collect a lot before, then sold them because I got bored. I restart every 3 months because but the joy fades from having them too fast. That's because I probably look at toys differently from you. That's probably why. I'm not looking at my toys and I don't know how you do it, so I don't know how you feel about it. But the way that I enjoy my toys is simply because even now, as I have them sitting here, I'm enjoying posing them up. I'm taking pictures with them. I'm going to play with the toy off camera. A lot of people, what they think is, I think that they see that I play with stuff on camera and they think I only play with it once. There's actually a lot of time that I'm off camera. I'm sitting down playing with my toys. And I like to revisit a bunch of ideas. I like to, in my off time, recreate comic book covers. I like to test something out to see if I can improve it. A great example being Ranger Slayer, right? Ranger Slayer, I have modded her hands. So now she has ball joints that can move. And now she has extra hands. She has a new cape. She has a new bow. Like, I've sat down and I've like had a blast, like really changing around the whole figure, making it one that I can enjoy to the fullest extent. So it's a little different for me than I guess for others, because I'm actually looking for something else other than collecting it. I want to take pictures of it. I want to make it look cool. I want to get the ideas that are in my head out of my head. So that's probably what it is for me and why I don't get bored of them as quickly as everyone else. That could just be me. Thank you, Sonia. I'm not the best ever, but thank you. Thank you, Christopher Burchard. Yeah, I'm glad you like the Deathstroke custom because I really do love it. Thank you, Chris Cunningham. I'm glad you like my stuff, man, for real. See, that's the other thing. People talk about hype, and that's kind of where it's frustrating for me as a reviewer, right? Because people talk about hype, right? That's why it's difficult for me as a reviewer, because everyone looks at it as if I'm trying to hype things up, when in reality, I'm filming my excitement for something that I actually enjoy. I don't review things I don't like anymore. You know what I mean? I like things because I like them. You know what I mean? And if I don't review it, that doesn't mean I don't like it. Actually, that's not true. If I don't review it, that doesn't mean I like it. I mean, I have the time, especially when I was working fucking 60 hours a week. But Arthur F, would I be interested in a custom talent if you made one? I don't have an Insta. Uh, Email me through my website and give me your contact information. Arthur F. But yeah, it's difficult because as a reviewer, everybody thinks you're being a hype beast, right? It's weird because when I wasn't popular, no one cared about anything I thought, and I kept making videos. Now that I'm popular, everybody cares and hangs on to every single word that I say. They don't allow for growth. They don't allow for change. They don't allow for opinions. You just not allowed to have any sort of opinion. And it's crazy because I may like something that someone else absolutely hates. Great example. This guy, Gumby. We talk about this all the time. That's like my new YouTube joke. Everyone knows I have fun playing with my Gumby. Somebody can absolutely hate Gumby and will come on my post and be like, hey, man, fuck you and your Gumby. Gumby sucks balls. And then next thing you know, I'm like, what just happened? I was just talking about how I liked Gumby. What did that have to do with you? That's kind of the problem that I have with all that stuff. Logan, in all honesty, Copa didn't affect me at all. I kept making videos the whole time. That's because I make no fucking money on YouTube. Like, everybody thinks I make all this tons of money on YouTube. I'm like, dude, for almost only this year that I started making money that wasn't allowed to just pay my phone bill. Because for 9 years, it was like I would do tons and tons of videos and I made $163. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. If I'm doing 27 videos a month and you tell me I'm only going to get $262, like, you got to be crazy. You know what I mean? Like, that's like $2 a video. You know how crazy that sounds? $2 a video? And I'm putting in my heart and soul for fun. So if I was looking in this for money, dude, I'd be piss poor. I wouldn't be collecting anything. No, nothing. That's why I worked so hard at my real job when I had a job. Because guess what? YouTube ain't paying me for it. So why would I even bother? You know? So if it's about making money on YouTube, if you think that's what it is for me, you are mistaken, dog. I make no money on YouTube. I covered the moose shots earlier on. I'll go back over it again. Hold on. Any words about Battison? You have to review more Figma D. You are the man because you know a lot more about comics a lot. I read comics every week. I've been reading comics since I can fucking read. I can read comics. But I don't know about Battison. But I wanted to review more Figma, but in all honesty, I had to slow down. I don't collect Figma nearly as much as I used to. Nowhere near. So D Amazing, how's your Mafex Iron Spider figure? Did the articulation fuck up or something? Is the paint failing? If you answer me, that would be very helpful. Thank you. So I did answer you, so hopefully this will be helpful. My paint held up, but my legs did not. My Iron Spider legs did not hold up on it. On the Iron Spider. On the regular Spider-Man, I don't have any issues whatsoever. That's because I don't leave mine out on display. All my Mafex figures go back in the box when they're not being taken photos of. What am I reading right now? I'm reading 67 Marvel titles, 43 DC titles, 17 Image titles, 3 Boom titles, and 2 Dynamite titles. I have a checklist on my spreadsheet on Excel. Am I gonna review the Mezco Two-Face? Yes. That was one of the pre-orders I kept because I paid in full for it. So that's one of the things. I'm a little worried though because I had to cancel my pre-order on Mr. Freeze. But we'll see what happens because it's rough. But I did have Two-Face still on pre-order. Oh, man, I read a lot of titles. Like, I really do read a lot. I can be a costume designer? I don't know, man. Like, I'm an idea guy. I don't think I'm very good at actually executing the ideas. I'm more of the guy that inspires you to have the idea. Like, it's like I'm the idea man. So, yeah. I really do want Mr. Freeze, and it sucks because, like I said, I'm not working right now. So I'm like, ugh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Am I upset for Ultraman? Yes, I read the first issue of Ultraman. I think I had a very, very good beginning. It was very classic Tokusatsu style. Do I like Spawn? Yes. Somebody asked me earlier about the Spawn Kickstarter, and it's funny because you can't cancel your Kickstarter. Listen, I'm going to be honest. I've been watching that Kickstarter the whole way through, and I am very disappointed. I got to tell you, I'm honestly very, very disappointed with the Todd McFarlane Kickstarter Spawn. Do I have a favorite comic, or is it too tough to decide? I don't really have a favorite comic, but I do have favorite writers. Like, I really love Al Ewing, and probably his Immortal Hulk run is probably one of my favorite runs right now. I really like Al Ewing, Jonathan Hickman, Cena Grace, Ryan Parrott. There's a lot of good people that I like. Especially what Tom Taylor has done an excellent job. Him and Donnie Cates has done an excellent job of writing books. Do you watch any of the ongoing tokusatsu like Kamen Rider Saber, Ultraman Z? Yeah, I'm watching all of them. What do I think of it? I like Z. Chant my name! So I like Z. I just watched the first episode of Saber, so I'm catching up. So, yeah. I got a lot to catch up on, though, so it's hard. Do you review comics on here? No, I don't review comics. I don't. I'm going to be honest. The amount of racism that goes into everything, I don't want it to spoil the little things that I can enjoy. So I keep a lot of things to myself. Hey, Final Boss, caught on to one of my live streams. Hey, man. I have to see Erased. I watched Erased. I watched Erased as it aired. That shit was amazing. The Rewrite theme song is one of my favorites. It's a custom painted visor for a Bari killer. Yeah, I do keep up with the Ultraman series. Hickman Fantastic Four was amazing. I've read Invincible through and through. I have all the soft covers and I have the hard covers. Quick poses with flight stands. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's do that. I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. Boo-doo-doo. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Boom, boom, boom. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em, it's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Oh, you're my best friend. Does this help? Does this flight pose help? I need a Justice League Mafex Superman. I don't know anybody that could hook it up. I think at this point, everyone has kind of either sold theirs or done whatever. But for that person that asks about flight stands. Oh, dude, like, you didn't hear about Comicsgate? Like, that's a whole nonsense about people being mad about people of color just being in comics or liking comics. And it's a big thing on the internet. It's very fucking frustrating to deal with. It's annoying to, like, know to the upteenth level. What is my rating of 0-1? Uh, 0-1 gets a curve score because COVID ruined filming. So while originally I would have probably given it an 8, I'm going to give it an 8.5 due to COVID. Hello from Portugal. Your name is Mad Drop. How are you? Do I do any voice work? No. I have never given that any thought, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm currently trying out zombie poses on my SHF Kamen Rider Drive, 20th Rider Kicks version, in prep of the re-release for GEM. Do I know any pointers on undead posing? Yeah, sure. Yeah, give me a second. I can do some undead posing. You would disagree. Okay. Give me your points about why you would disagree. But I also want you to realize that as a person like me who would be considered under a certain spotlight, you have to consider that for me. So I just want you to think about that for a second. But I am willing to hear out your points. So please go ahead and try. Because I'm actually curious to see what you have to say. Because let me tell you, in comics groups, I never hear the end of it. Gatekeeping is annoying as hell. So for zombie posing, if you have an SHF. Reno, Nevada. Wow, okay. Isn't that like not far from Vegas? That's like what, like 20 minutes out from Vegas, depending on where you at? With zombie posing, there's a couple of things you can do about that. And I'm still listening. My favorite Pokemon, Metagross probably. I really like Metagross. So let's say you were doing some GEM zombie posing. Even as I pose this guy up, let's move Ranger Slayer over. You want to turn it and invert. I know it looks knock-kneed, but that's the point. Because with GEM, you want to aim for the knock-kneed stuff. And you want to do something like this. Because you want those zombies posing to be lazy, hunched over, and make it seem as if the bones are structured the wrong way. So you see how that helps? Hopefully this will help you in your zombie GEM posing. So yeah, it's something like that. So you want to aim for the vibe that they had for GEM the whole time, where it's like knock-kneed and chilling. Do I have any special skills? I have many, but I'm not going to talk about that. Would I ever rate the human... Oh, you mean like review it? I want to review the Ankh. I just been putting it off. I'm going to be honest. How thick is the wire? I mean, visually, this is the wire. This is the wire stand. And if you are looking for this wire stand, this is from 796 Studios on Instagram. Also, originally, I bought them from the ACBA store from Articulated Comic Book Art. So I don't know if they're still making them now, but if they are, you can visit them or you can visit 79 Studios. There's also Fizzled Customs, who is also making stands. Visit any of those 3 places. Man, Snake Eyes is so much fun. Now, someone had other questions. Turn on the donation features so we can contribute. It's here in the super chat thingy. Or, I tell you what, if you feel like, let me see. I don't know if I can write a comment because I've never actually done this before. Can I write something? I don't know how to write things. I don't know what's going on because I don't actually know how to use YouTube properly. So yeah, I'm sorry. Lawless, what's up, baby? Ryu Kendo, yes, I've watched a few episodes. I was actually thoroughly impressed with Ryu Kendo. But here's the thing, I'm trying to figure out the comment section. Oh no, did I freeze? I froze. I froze. What's going on? Orientation is locked. Rotate device back. Oh no. So, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. So that was really weird because I'm trying to type a comment, but it won't let me type a comment. There's like no option for a comment, which kind of sucks for me. Top chat, member chat, member chat. Let's try member chat. Nope. Nope, that's not it. Let's go to top chat. Nope, that's weird. Right? Let's go to live chat. See, no way for me to write a comment. That kind of sucks. But I tell you what, I will make a post for people that asked. No, gatekeeping is absolutely terrible, Tyler. You're absolutely right. Oh, man, the fumble was real for me. I don't know what I'm doing, man, half the time. But here's my thing, Tyler. Most of the time, people feel like people like me are out of touch, even though I clearly know what I'm talking about. My opinion is validated by the fact that people don't want to hear from popular people or people deemed popular, and I get that. That's why I usually shut my mouth and I let people have their opinions. It's really cool because I get to enjoy in private while people get to enjoy people like me not overriding their comments. But the other part of it is most people don't want black people doing anything. That's the other part of it. And that's not always the case, but it was the case for a very long time, which turned me off to wanting to participate in comic book stuff. Both, Tyler. That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. And that's not always the case, but it was the case with me for a very long time. And maybe I should revisit. I'm sorry because I paused because I was reading comments. Thank you, Philip Gladstone. Thank you. Um, but I guess it didn't comment on what I was saying. So I don't know what the last thing you guys heard. I don't even know what the last thing you guys heard because YouTube is delayed for me. So I don't know what time it is. I don't know what's going on. But do I need a custom Killer Croc? I guess I do. I didn't see your bigger comment. That's kind of what I'm sorry, Tyler. I didn't see a bigger comment. That's what I was waiting on. It only showed me your smaller comment. But I'm trying to go back. All I got was the gatekeeping is bad. And that's where made. Yeah, it didn't show me your bigger comment. But if you can put it again, I would greatly appreciate it. Because I don't want you to think that I'm trying to silence you. That's not the case. So thank you, Ginger Hitman. Do I show us how to work with stands? I think I didn't I show you CDN? I could have swore I showed you. Maybe I'm tripping. But I'll show you work with stands in a second. But Tyler, please. Oh, yeah, Tyler. I mean not Tyler. The image in is it Ellen or Ian? The imagery Ellen. You like one of my toy photo? Oh yeah, no problem, man. Do you think Gambit can take Batman? Um, I think anybody could take Batman if Batman didn't have prep time. The Deathstroke is custom made by Token Customs. Thank you, 100% Earl. And you would like to see the new Scorpion. I do have that out, so let me grab that. I think I'm getting comments out of whack. Can I show how to work with explosion shots? Yeah, I can. The problem is I don't have any explosions right now in front of me. Real Croc skin? I don't know about that. I don't know anything about Crocs. I stay away from them. But I can show you some explosion stuff. Have I seen the first episode of Saber? Yes, I have. I want to watch episode 2, but I didn't get a chance to go download yet. So here we are. And now the table is starting to get a little caught up and a little busy. But the review went up yesterday, so here's Scorpion here. Oh, and I dropped them already. Wow. So you stay right here. I'm trying to read comments while I pose up at the same time. No, it was sent to me. This is a sample, so I'm going to have to send it back soon. But that's why I made sure I got the review done so I can make sure to send it back. Bluefin is going to be shipping out sometime within the next month. So it should be shipping out before the end of the month. Any advice on making dioramas and backgrounds? In all honesty, I don't make them. I'm terrible at painting. I can kit bash like out the ass. I get busy with it. But I can't paint to save my life. So you asked the wrong one. Everybody I work with definitely all paints for me. So I have that done. Okay, baby. I'll be out in a couple minutes. Okay. The wife called me. So yeah, Storm Collectibles is pretty tall. Yes, they are bigger. Hey, baby. Yes, Storm Collectibles is bigger. Like, yeah. Okay, like casual posing. All right, sitting down stuff. So, all right, casual posing. We'll get to that. Superhero landing. Okay, superhero landing. Can I do a video showcasing my collection? I don't do collection videos. Happy wife, happy life. Happy spouse, happy house. I don't really do collection videos. I didn't watch the new Batman trailer yet. I mean, everybody's talking about it. I'm probably gonna watch it soon, Christopher. Um, it's not that I don't like the new Spawn. I'm disappointed because Todd promised that he would listen to fans, and then he did the exact opposite of what fans wanted. So it's a little frustrating to have a little faith in what's going on and what he's doing when you're telling me that's like saying, I'm gonna listen to you, and you told me to go take out the garbage, and instead of taking out the garbage, I left it there, even though I told you I would do it. You know what I mean? So that's a little frustrating. You know, it's very, very frustrating to see that happen, and I don't like that because people told him what they wanted, and he gave us the exact opposite of what we wanted. So someone asked about standard posing, right? So let's say we have a small crate, and we're gonna do sitting down pose. So how you sit on the crate depends, right? Because it all depends on your mood. So if you're chilling with the homies, you lax, you know, you're doing whatever it is you're doing. Most of the time, you can sit naturally, stuff like this. This actually looks a little uncomfortable, but you would sit on the corner of one. A hand would sit on one side. You would naturally pose it up, and look, just like that. So that's more like a natural sitting of sitting down, right? So there's a bunch of stuff like that. The problem you saw was that pushing a political agenda over making characters interesting. I wouldn't disagree with that at all. But you also have to understand there was a dude, and I don't know if you know this because I live here in New York City. The dude that started Comicsgate is a dude who purposely started trouble about the diversity of comics. And I can understand you feeling like they pushing a political agenda, but comics have always been political, so there's nothing different about it in today's age. Um, but when you are purposely trying to undermine characters' development because of the color of their skin, it's not cool. And I'm not saying it was you, but there was someone who did that. He wanted to rile up feelings in people who felt the same way, and that, like I said, that gets very frustrating. Gatekeeping is something where people try to keep you out of something for the sake of the. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. I can't. I think I need you to look it up because I would explain it wrong due to my own personal biases. So that's not fair for me to explain that to you. I think you should look it up from an unbiased source. So that wouldn't be fair. Hey, no problem, man. I'm glad the zombie posing worked out. Wired capes need to be a standard in Marvel Legends. Agree or disagree? I don't. I want it to be a standard, but there's also a budget to that stuff. So not everything can have a wired cape as much as I would like it. That's definitely something that's a budget problem. How do I vanilla pose so naturally? I play with my toys every day. I've studied anatomy. I took martial arts, and I have an eye for it. So all of those things have really, really helped me. Um, but you don't need any of those skills that I have because most of those skills are pretty well. The martial arts one is not useless, but a lot of the other skills are pretty much useless that I have. But really, like the studying of anatomy is something that is very important. And what I mean by the study of anatomy, watching what you do daily, like how you move, how other moves, body language, all of those things very much help in posing. My man said watching pornos all day long. That is not the study of anatomy. That is the study of sexual content. Now I'm sorry, somebody asked me to bring out Scorpion, so I'm a main my main man eyeball here, which is funny because I made the eyeball guy strictly to fight him and to be a part of other weird crazy adventures that I have. So you know I'm having some fun here. Thank you guys for being in the live. Because I definitely started this in a very fucked up place, so I appreciate it. Um, you know, and now I'm in a better mood, so I do appreciate you talking to me. Ah, Chris B got it. Chris B definitely, yeah. Chris B nailed it. I've been told to leave Cyberpunk 2077 community because the person disagreed with me on the subject, but they wouldn't respond. They just kept bashing me as a bigot. Well, I'm sorry you that happened to you. That's not something anyone would ever want to be called. But sometimes maybe that means you got to self-reflect and then reflect on what happened. Usually what I try to do is I try to put myself in other people's scenarios when I'm in a proper mind state and mental state to do that, because you can't always do that. You know, that's not easy. But in this case, because it's 2020 and everything is really fucked, I would not suggest that. So the best thing I can tell you to do right now is to kind of leave that subject alone, because maybe you just don't understand where that person is coming from, and you can just agree to disagree there, because not everything you're gonna agree with a person. Christian Bale is the second best live action Batman. Batfleck is second. Why are you adding me? I don't care about Christian Bale. I don't even like the Christopher Nolan movies. I think they were poorly done. And that's looking at it from a movie aspect. I know everybody loved those movies and ate them up, but let's be real. Christopher Nolan really does not pay attention to detail. It's just one of those things where Christopher Nolan's cinematography is utterly beautiful. His fight choreography is utterly trash. His editing, utter trash. But people eat those movies up. And Tenet was terrible. And I love the actors in Tenet. But Tenet was terrible. No, Nolan can't do a fight scene to save his life. But Nolan can't do action scenes in general. Like I said, he'll shoot it to make it look good, but in all actuality, like, because he doesn't do any sort of reshooting, Nolan rushes through everything. So when you actually go back and you watch a Nolan movie again, it is not very good. Yeah, the other part about gatekeeping is that I feel like that's why I do my best to like chill out. I know, you know, anybody can gatekeep, but powerful gatekeepers usually employ other people to help them gatekeep, and that's how they maintain their position. Anybody can gatekeep, but when there's a bunch of people gatekeeping another set of people, that's where the position of power comes from. I'm not a savage for that. I mean, look, that's my opinion with the Nolan trashing. Like, listen, if you're going to tell a Batman story, I am totally down with you doing your interpretation of it. That's why I didn't mind his version of it. But I'm talking about as far as a movie and its storytelling, Nolan was not very good at it. He wasn't. His version of Batman is whatever it's going to be, but Nolan is not a very good movie maker. Do I know that I'm kind of famous? I have an idea of it, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I absolutely hate it. I don't like being popular. I don't like being famous. I don't like any of those kind of things. Um, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't like it. I don't like being popular. I liked it better when people just appreciated my stuff for what it was, and people still do. I'm not knocking that. But with being popular, you get unwanted jealousy from people, and jealousy makes people irrational. And irrationality leads to people doing things that they should not be doing. Because when you're irrational, you say and do things that you don't even know why you're doing them. You're just mad and jealous. So it sucks because there are people who are gonna be mad and jealous of me, not realizing that I put in 10 years of work towards something. They think that I just got it. You know what I mean? It's weird how many people think that I just came up like 2 years ago. I'm like, dude, if you look back at my videos, I've been doing this for a very long time. Like nothing has changed. So I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. I can't speak for other people. Look, I don't get it twisted. I enjoyed the first Nolan movie, Batman Begins. The second one, I'm kind of still on the fence on, even all these years ago. But that third movie, that was all around bad, man. That third movie was all around bad. Thank you, Hunter Seto fan. Thank you for the $1.99. I appreciate you, man. I haven't seen Memento. I have to sit down and watch it. Counterbalance. It's just actual counterbalance. You see, these. This is the way you would really do a high kick. Arm position back, arm forward, and the balance does the rest. It's just balance. See? But Scorpion still stood. So yeah. Uh, what is my favorite Mezco? Mezco me. That's only because I could put myself on any Mezco body. So as you can see, other stuff fell, which Storm Shadow actually started that beef. He made them all fall. But other people stood where other people fell. And it be like that sometimes. That's just life, man. I try not to get too hung up on too much stuff. Gotta move forward. So we're gonna change the herd around. Yeah, we're gonna take some stuff out. How do I keep it from falling back? That one's actually pretty simple. So, to keep him from falling back, you can see that he's balanced in the proper way. Thank you, Kid Amazo. Thank you. So yeah, see how the armor is? I mean, not the armor, sorry. The upper torso is leveled just a little bit forward. Legs are positioned properly for a proper fighting pose. I should probably turn this head a little bit more because now we're at an angle. And then we put our arm down and we fold forward. And as you can see here, looks just fine. This is all made of foam. All this is made of foam, the dioramas. Who's the better army builder? Red Ninjas or Cobra Troopers? Well, that depends. If you are going to do Snake Eyes in the Ninja Force, you definitely want Red Ninjas. If you want people for your Joes to fight, it's going to be Cobra Troopers. So it depends on what you're going to be building. How do the skull heads from Dark Nocturnal look on the Mezco Ninja? I've already sent back the prototype, so I don't have it here with me. When I get one in, I'll take a picture. Action Force. I don't have any word on that. I have only 2 Saint Seiya figures. I actually got out of Saint Seiya very early. I got Libra Shiryu and I have Dragon Shiryu, which are my 2 favorite characters. Well, it's the same character, but different armor. That's it. So, with everything going on, I think I've been on for a nice hour, maybe a little bit more if you count the other one. But it sucks that I couldn't keep that because everything that happened. But it is time for dinner, and I can't stay on for long. Why do I like Mezco so much? I think that's a very easy question. I have a lot of fun with it. I have fun with toys. Like, it's not about liking something so much. It's just I really fucking like toys. I like taking pictures of them. I like having fun with them. As you can see, there's a bunch of different lines here. Nothing stood out to me. I just like them all. And I think that's kind of where people get a little confused with me. Like if I like stuff, I like it. Like it doesn't really matter of the line. It matters about whether or not I can have fun with it. Am I gonna do another live stream in parallel? Yes. Well, the stream is gonna go up. It's still set up for an hour or so. It'll upload and it'll go up. So hopefully everybody will be happy with that. But yeah, it sucks because though I'm trying to do it this way with you guys, I can't see all the comments because there was a bunch of redacted comments, and I don't know because people were having side conversations too, and I just let them have it because honestly, I don't know what the hell's happening half the time. So yeah. Somebody said all the movies with Batfleck were horribly edited too. They were better edited than the Christopher Nolan stuff. Because people in the Christopher Nolan stuff were missing steps. They were missing in between choreography. Punches weren't actually landed. That was just bad. Some Mezco clothes are not so great. I mean, some people's real lives clothes are not so great. That's just life. I mean, that's what's funny about it. Like, look, not everything is gonna be a solid hit, dude. That is life. But you get what you get out of it, right? If you don't like it, you can always sell it. Like that's one thing I've learned. This is toys. It's not like it's like other real life stuff with a bill you can't, you can't get rid of. Like, if you don't like something, we can sell it and someone else can be happy with it. I think that's one great thing that's come out of toys amongst the community. If I don't, let's say I don't like having something around anymore, I can sell it to someone else and they can be happy with it. Like, you got to realize you're giving somebody some type of joy. Like, technically, you spreading happiness. You being good and you doing good by doing that. That's like 2/3 of my whole quote right there. That's fucking dope. You being good and doing good. So hopefully, everybody else could be, be doing that. Douglas, what's up? But I'm actually about to be out of here because dinner is ready. But for real, I hope all is good with y'all. Thanks for being on the live. Thanks for talking. I don't really know what else to say because honestly, I never know what to do in these lives. I just try to help people. So hopefully that'll be the case. As always, y'all know the deal. Be good, do good. Drink your water, y'all.